let's get started. We hit that 5 o'clock hour. We got our precious time, right? We want to make sure we get through everything today. So much to share with you. Just by way of housekeeping, you guys, here's some icons to be aware of in the Teams format. So all of your microphones have been muted. Video cameras are off, just so that we put all of our focus and attention on Chef Alyssa, which don't worry, I'll be taking my PowerPoint slides down in just a little bit, so the focus will definitely be on her and the cooking, but we do invite your participation through the chat. So if you're able to, you can navigate over to that little chat bubble, word bubble icon. You can type in hi, and of course send any questions in as we go through today. So here's who's with you today. Well, not technically. So Allison is one of our wellness coaches as well. She's off this week, so she's not here joining us, but she's typically with us. And then we have myself. My name's Heather Charles. I'm a wellness coach on Maui. And then we've got the star of our show today. We've got the wonderful, amazing Chef Alyssa. She's a personal chef with decades of experience, and we're so grateful to have her, right? She just knows how to make good food taste healthy. And isn't that why we're all here, is to make it taste good? So she's been featured in Vegetarian Times, Better Homes and Gardens, local cookbooks such as The Dash of Aloha. So, lots of credentials. We're just very lucky to have you here. And then we get into this piece, which is like, well, why should I be eating a whole food plant-based diet to begin with? Like, why am I even here learning about this? And there actually is quite a bit to get excited about. So not only can this diet significantly cut your carbon footprint in half, it's also the only diet scientifically proven to prevent and reverse chronic diseases. We're talking about type 2 diabetes, coronary heart artery disease. That's a big deal. Not many diets can say they can prevent and reverse disease. So I'm so glad you're here to learn more about it. So what does this diet, kind of this eating style encompass? Well, it really celebrates food in its most natural form, closest to the way that it was grown. This is including our fruits, our vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. So while we are celebrating some foods, we're also intentionally minimizing certain foods, such as our processed foods, refined sugars, white flour, and animal-derived foods. So I get that all this can feel a little bit daunting. We've had a certain eating style for decades of our life, and that's why we have these wonderful words up here on the screen, this phrase of eat food, not too much, and mostly plants, to help to make it a little bit easier and break it down. These words were coined by Michael Pollan. He's an American author and a journalist. He's written extensively about food and health, and so he's the one that came up with this phrase for us to go by. So a lot of times a major barrier to eating healthier has been the perception that it's not going to taste delicious, right? It's kind of a chore to eat our vegetables. We really hope to shift that mindset and just open you up to a new way of experiencing healthy food, because we want to love the food that's going to love us back. So we want to empower you with knowledge and skills. If you're curious to learn more, I'm going to share some additional resource links in the chat that complement what we're doing in this class, and we encourage you to explore their programs also and check out that content for yourself. So I'll put those on the chat once we get started, and you can look for those. Also, just want to briefly draw your attention to some of the handouts. So these were included in your confirmation email for today. One of this is this plant-based healthy plate. The healthy plate concept is something that we can take with us into any eating situation. Basically divides our plate into thirds, and in this case we want to divide half of it to be dedicated to vegetables. The other fourth is protein. So not just meat, but we define it as protein. And in this class, we're focusing on plant-based proteins such as beans, lentils, and tofu. And then we have the other fourth of the plate dedicated to our starch, and we're focusing on healthy whole grains. The main takeaway, you guys, from this slide is just make your plate look colorful. If you got a lot of color there, looking back at you, you know that you're on the right path and you're moving in the right direction. And Then we're going to go over all the recipes that Chef's going to be preparing today. So
Mm,
I'll pull them each up. She can briefly review the ingredients.
great.
The email invitation to join the class today included the links to these recipes, so you can print and save them for yourself. And again, if you do have questions, feel free to ask them. Also, just want to acknowledge there's probably a range of people joining today. For some of you, I know some of you like Farzaneh and Harriet, like you've been with us for a long time and you've probably refining some of these skills. Others of you, it's your very first time joining us, and you might be just wondering like, what is this all about and how am I supposed to incorporate these foods into my nutrition plan? So while there is that wide range, this class is all about supporting you with the knowledge and the resources to just move in that direction that you choose at the pace that you choose. One thing I love about Alyssa is that these recipes are really adaptable. So she'll share some ideas for personal taste. If you need a substitution for something, we'd be happy to address that for you. So again, put that into the chat if as you go along, and then just congratulate yourself for being here and watching and learning. So here's what that looks like in your confirmation email. You can see here the links to the recipes and to those plant-based eating resources that I mentioned. And I will just pull this up and we can talk about briefly what we're going to be cooking tonight. And I love that we're starting with a soup because you know what? It's kind of chilly out there. So
It
I got soup on my mind. I don't know about everybody else.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, this is a vegetable soup. I've revised it. It was something that I had done for KTA grocery stores, and it was with the concept, same thing. We're thinking about New Year's and cleansing and kind of light. I mean, you can, and like what Heather had said, you can adapt this and make it a little heartier. But the premise here is just to have it kind of light and cleansing. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute some onions, add some vegetables. It can be, again, vegetables of your choice. Just showcasing some here.
Oh, I think we lost your microphone for a minute, Alyssa. Can you hear me? Oh, Alyssa? Let me see. I can try to unmute her. Hmm. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh, Alyssa? Um, let's see. Oh, she's still talking, but we don't hear you. Nope, we can't hear you. Let me try to text her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
How long
Thank
have
you.
you not heard me? Should I go through the whole thing again?
Yeah, pretty much for the whole, but then your
Do you want me to
picture,
go through the whole soup?
yeah, we can just kind of talk through that again. And then the picture, the video above the pot also went blank for some reason. Oh, and you muted again. Why does that keep muting? Hmm. Hmm. All right, bear with us, you guys. Hmm. Yeah, we still can't hear you, Alyssa. All right, seems like she's
Okay,
trying to fit
there it
there.
goes.
Okay.
But I don't know why it keeps going off.
Yeah.
It's on the computer.
Okay. Oh, why does that? John, do you have any idea why that keeps happening?
Oh, no, I don't.
Hmm. Oh no. I'm sorry, you guys.
Hi,
There we go.
can you hear?
Yes, I can. I don't know
Okay,
why it keeps muting though.
I don't know. I'm going to turn the computer one off and just use the phone. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can. Yep.
All right. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's not your fault. I don't know what's happening. Oh, somebody else said Microsoft apps were having some issues earlier today. So, yeah, maybe it's those big, as John was saying earlier, there were some solar flares and who knows what going on in the ethers. So that might be part of it.
Okay. So how
But
much do I need to do? Should I go back on the soup or what should I do?
yeah, so if we can maybe just do a condensed version, we'll review the soup and then I'll pull up the PowerPoint here real quick, just so we can go over the recipes and then I'll let you
Okay.
get cooking. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
All right.
for being adaptable.
Sure.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
But can you see the camera? It says now the
I,
camera is
I can
off.
just, we can just see you talking into the phone.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, something happened. Do you want me to try and get that back or do you want me to just continue?
I think we'll continue for now and then we'll,
Yeah, something's up.
yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to cook it. It's a really simple soup. It's a vegetable soup. It's kind of tomato based, fresh tomato. We're going to saute some onions and a little bit of olive oil. And then once they start to soften, then we're going to add in some chopped vegetables. Today we have carrots and mushrooms and celery. So we're going to add that in with some spices and get that going. And then we're going to add in some fresh chopped tomatoes. One of the fun things about this recipe is you take a part of the fresh tomatoes and you blend it with vegetable stock. So I've done that ahead of time. This is one tomato blended with a cup of vegetable stock. And that just adds a little bit of thickness and a little depth of flavor in your soup. So there's that. And then we have a bay leaf and oregano, lots of garlic. And then we're just going to let that cook off with some additional water. And then while that's cooking, we're going to make a parsley-lemon drizzle. And I'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. Again, it's got garlic and lemon and parsley. So you're going to drizzle that kind of like a pesto over the soup when you serve it. Yeah,
That
so
sounds
got some brightness.
delicious.
Yeah. So that's the first thing we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. And then I know we got like three things on this on the
Yeah.
menu tonight. So now we got some warm Napa cabbage slaw.
Right. So this is a quick stir fry with Napa cabbage, red onion, red cabbage. Oh, excuse me. And a carrot. So I'm going to show just quickly too how you can julienne a carrot. If anyone hasn't done that before, just kind of show a little technique on how to make thin little carrot slices.
Hmm.
And then you're sauteing that, and then I have a sauce. It's a combination of rice vinegar, tamari, maple syrup, minced ginger, and you're going to add that into the stir fry. Let the flavors just kind of meld in with the vegetables, and then it kind of caramelizes and thickens a little bit. And then at the very end, we're going to add chopped cilantro. So again, just light food, just bright flavors, and just something a little different to do with cabbage.
Exactly. I love that we're moving away from all those heavy foods of the holiday season and kind of shifting gears into the lighter foods of the season. All right, now we got cucumber salad with avocado dressing.
So this is kind of like, yeah, it's a quick cucumber pickle where you just toss cucumber with a little bit of lime and salt, and it just makes it a little crunchy, salty, but it just softens it just a little bit. And that's just a nice little side. Then the other thing we have is a avocado. It's initially was called avocado coulis, which is kind of just like a sauce, a blended sauce that you kind of put things on. So I will showcase that just with the cucumber pickle, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But this is basically just a ripe avocado that you blend up, a little bit of water to make kind of like a thick sauce. You could also use it like if you add maybe a little bit more water, you could make it like a dressing, so you could, or you could use it as something you could use with steamed vegetables or even roasted vegetables, just a nice little flavor
Mm,
addition. Mm-hmm.
we love multi-purpose things. So
Yes.
I'm going to take this down, and I noticed that the overhead camera seems like it's not connected at all anymore. So I don't know if you have the time to just quickly
Yeah.
see if we can plug that one back in, see if it will restart. And that way I know everybody, right? It'll be a lot easier to see what she's cooking if we can get that overhead camera working as well. So let me pull this down.
Yeah, I'm going to come in again.
Okay, sounds
And
good. I think it was just getting jealous that it wasn't getting used for cooking. We were doing all this talking, and it's like, well, I'm just going to shut
yeah.
off. Oh,
So fresh start, healthy.
yes. And I'm just curious, those of you in the class, as she's doing that, like, how are you doing with the new year? Are you finding that you're kind of starting to eat healthy and starting the new year in that new mindset? Like I said, I'm just excited for this soup. I'm probably going to make that ASAP, maybe this weekend for my meal prep for the coming week, just with all the cooler weather we've been having.
Mm, 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 mm.
Alex, going right to the dessert. Yes, are there healthy cookies? There are healthier versions of cookies, and we do have some of our classes that are dedicated more to the sweet sides of things. And there's a lot of really interesting things that you can do on the dessert side, like even incorporating black beans for things. You can replace applesauce for oils when you're doing baking. She even has some great ideas for flax eggs. So if you're staying away from eggs in and of themselves, you can replace that in your baking and it works just as good. So lots of ideas with that. I'm glad you're thinking ahead. And Heather said, yeah, looking forward to the slaw. Me too. And we don't always know what to do with cabbage, right? So it's not maybe the first thing in the produce section that we go towards, but it has so many benefits for us. It's rich in vitamins K and B6, helps with digestion, fights inflammation. And the beautiful thing about the recipes that she put in today is a lot of them are low in calories and high in fiber. And that's really important because that helps to promote your fullness and your satiety, right? So that we stay fuller for longer periods of time. So that's really the goal with all this while maximizing our vitamins, our minerals, and the health benefits of a lot of these foods that we're eating. Right? We hear a lot about, lower inflammatory diets or anti-inflammatory diets. This is really it. The foods that we're using are, think of them as food as medicine. Yeah. Okay. How's it going over there, Alyssa? Oh,
Can you hear me
yep,
now?
I can. I just hear a little bit of feedback. Yeah. Oh, now it's uh now it's muted. Yeah. I know we gotta get it. We gotta get a tech support. Don't worry, you guys, we do record these sessions. So if in the end this proves to be a little too difficult to get this to cooperate, then we would go ahead and just try to record a separate session and just send it out so everybody can have access to it. But we'll keep persevering here and see if we can get this to be going. No, don't hear you. Nope,
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to log in. I don't know if you want me to do it one more time, but I'm happy to do it if
Well, maybe we'll just kind of abandon that for now. And then just try to do the best we can with with the phone that you have there. Um, to just kind of aim it towards the pot a little bit, and then we can kind of watch you cook some of the things, and we'll just talk it through.
okay. See if I could get a neighbor here. That would be helpful.
Oh,
But I
we need a sous chef tech support that can hold the camera. But even if it's off to the side like it was, we can probably make it work.
Oh boy. Okay. It's yeah. Okay. Well, honestly.
Yes. Uh,
Let me see if I can get someone up here.
okay. Okay, so while she's kind of problem solving that, I'm happy to answer any other questions with regards to maybe healthier eating, questions you have about whole food plant-based eating, any areas of sticking points that you're running into, because I know it can be a little bit of a, you know, daunting, right, to try to change some of these things and we're not quite sure what to do. And I will say it does take some experimentation, just being willing to try things, and some of them might be a hit and some of them might be a miss. But I guarantee you're going to learn something along the way with each step that you're taking. And so just coming and learning more about it. Speaking of which, I will put, while she's doing that, some of those additional resources that I mentioned earlier that we also have access to. So one of them is a video series that Stanford School of Medicine put together in 2016 called Food and Health. So let me put this in the chat. That comes in. And this is a series of 17 videos ranging from 3 to 5 minutes each, and each one provides really practical skills, valuable information on why and how we can eat healthier. So that's one resource I want to share. The second one is offered by the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and they have a free library of content on plant-based cooking. It includes just kitchen knowledge, basic cooking skills, recipes, and handouts. So I'm going to put that there as well. And that's another great resource for you. I'm very excited to continue to see so much about food security, food as health, kitchen basics, some of these things that in our convenient and fast-paced lifestyle, we've kind of drifted away from a little bit over time, and people are starting to, reassess their habits around food and looking for new ways to, maybe enjoy being in the kitchen again. Not everybody enjoys that. Some people don't like it, or we don't have the time, or we don't have the resources or the kitchen space sometimes, depending upon where you're living. Might not even have the space to do some of that, but this can get us thinking, in a new direction.
Okay, I'm going to try again.
Okay.
I can see the camera. Okay. There, this. Gimme.
Oh wait, you know what I need to do is I need to put you into you come in as as an attendee. Let me make you a presenter, and I have faith this might work. Let's see. Okay, so let me go stop spotlighting. I see I see your two
Yeah, there we
devices, but
go.
I just
Yeah,
don't see the
it's showing.
camera. Or do you guys see the, oh, maybe I have to go to the second
I
page.
do. I see it.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let me
Let's
see.
get cooking.
Yay!
Yay. Okay.
Okay,
Ready.
we did it.
Okay. Let's do
Thank
it. And
you for
we'll,
your
yeah.
patience and persistence. All
Okay.
right, you guys.
So we're gonna put a little olive oil in the pan and get the onions started.
And if we don't have time to get through all the recipes, I mean, either if you guys are welcome to stay on if we go a little bit over time. Otherwise, like I said, this will be recorded and we can, we'll hopefully try to blank out some of this, the technical difficulties and make it a little smoother. And then you guys can watch this on your own time as well, revisit some of this.
All right. So we're gonna start with the onions. I had them all together in a bowl. Okay. So we're gonna start with the onions and we're gonna cook them. And we could do this because of the timing. We can just say, you cook these until they're
Mm,
sauteed, and then we're
mm-hmm,
going to add in the rest of the ingredients. Because really, the whole thing about sauteing the onions is it adds a little depth of flavor.
mm-hmm.
But some people don't want to use any oil in their cooking, and this is one way where you can like just put everything in the pot and go ahead and add all the liquid and people, there's different thoughts on oils, and I cook for people of all different ways of wanting to eat. And some people don't want any heated oils. So in the sense of like
Mm,
right now, you could skip the oils, put everything in, and then drizzle the olive oil on after, if you still want some good high quality oil. So we're going to say, for the sake of time, we're going to say that this is sauteed, and then we're going to add in the rest. I've got carrots, I've got cremini mushroom, I've got celery. We're going to add that in. Oh, Susie? Oh, hi. My neighbor
That's
came
okay.
in
I'm
here.
sure your neighbor coming to coming to help save the day.
Yeah,
Yes.
she came to save the day and what happened?
So
Oh
basically right
no.
now, you guys, we're just putting
Oh,
everything in there. We're just
you're
doing a
okay.
little
Good.
sauteing to
Yeah,
get the soup started.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good. Thank you. Are we on film? Yeah. Susie says hi. She's going back.
It's nice to have good neighbors.
Thank you. Neighbors are cool. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So nice.
Yes, she is. She's wonderful.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to continue on. And we've got the oregano and the bay leaf. So bay leaf always adds a nice little flavor. It's also a great thing to add when you have like lentils or beans you're cooking like from when they're dry. It helps with the digestive breaking down the beans so they don't add, make you get gassy. So this is the
Mm.
oregano. We're gonna stir this.
Oh, and
And
as you're doing
then,
that too, it's like it's a good time of year to recheck. 'Cause imagine if you haven't used a bay leaf for a while, maybe it's, a year or more old and it won't impart quite the same flavor. So it might be a good time to
yes,
go through the spice cupboard and just
right.
check the expiration date on some of those things as well.
Yeah, and it's so if you have any chance to be near some sort of a health market where they have the spices in bulk, you can just save your container and refill your spices as you need it.
Oh, oh, with the
Yeah,
bulk section, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is the blended tomatoes that I put in just one tomato with a cup of excuse
A
me,
stock. Mm-hmm.
cup of stock. Watching all the
The
steam go up.
steam.
Yeah. Okay. So that adds a nice bit of texture, flavor, depth. I got it now on max. And now I'm going to add in the rest of the chopped tomatoes. Oh, yeah. Okay, there.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Chopped tomatoes. And the garlic. I've got a bunch of garlic, 4 cloves of garlic, which have really good health properties.
Mhm.
Salt and pepper. And you can do this to taste, And then you top it off with, take that out, top it off with more water. So I'm just going to fill this up because this is 4 cups of water. Add this in. This is on max, and I'll bring it up to a boil. And then what I'll
Sounds good.
do is, I'm going to move this to my stove, and then we can
Mhm.
continue on. So this can keep cooking while
Right.
we're doing the rest of the class. So I'll first add the water, and then we'll move things.
Move things. Okay. And as she was saying, right, garlic has so many health properties to it, right? A lot of these things have, they capitalize on each other. They have a compounding effect in terms of boosting our immunity or helping with blood pressure, cholesterol. That's why we say this is the only style of eating that can prevent and reverse disease, because all of these are acting like a little chemical factory in our body, right? Helping to lower maybe LDL cholesterol, reducing our heart disease risk, or, boosting vitamins and bone health, cellular protection from their antioxidants. So lots going on in this little pot of soup.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
now move this. That looks delicious. And
Mm-hmm. It
put
does.
it on the stove.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And
garlic is also a prebiotic, right? We talk a lot about
mm,
probiotics. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Helps with our gut bacteria.
So I'm going to move this hot thing.
Yes. Be safe.
That's always okay. All right, so I'm going to keep that there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my little food processor. Lots of good toys to have in the kitchen. A little
Yes, and that can
processor.
be a great investment to make too, maybe not all at once,
Mhm.
choose one or two,
Yeah,
items that you have in the kitchen. Some of them can, serve multiple functions at once. You don't need every little gadget at one time, but as you slowly build your kitchen to make it a little bit more efficient, it will cut down on some of the time intensity of, prepping and chopping some of the foods that we're making. So it does
yeah.
help. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got my little mini food processor, well used. I've got some prepped parsley and I've got a little bit of, let's see, I've got a 4th olive oil. I'm at the end of this bottle.
And so this is what we're making is the drizzle now that's going to
Yeah,
go on top of the soup, right?
this
Okay,
is
when
the
it's done.
drizzle.
Mm.
Half of a lemon juiced. More garlic. And some salt, and I did some cayenne. So it could be pepper, black pepper, it could be cayenne. We are going to just process that.
And yours is so much quieter than mine.
Ah,
Mine would be like blasting out through the airwaves. So you have a nice quiet one.
yeah. And it doesn't have to be like real thick, like a pesto or, it's just kind of blending it all up, getting it mixed. Gonna add a little bit more drizzle of olive oil.
It's nice to just kind of layer the flavors on tops of things
Yes,
too. It just adds to
yes,
kind of the depth of the flavor.
it does.
It
And
adds a
then you
more of a
can keep,
freshness too.
yes, and you can
Hmm.
keep this in your fridge and put it over grains, more vegetables on a
Hmm.
salad.
Nice. And parsley is great for our immunity as well. It acts as a
Mhm.
natural diuretic, helps to get rid of excess fluids and salts and waste. And, with a lot of these things, it's not always more is better, right? So sometimes more of something is actually not helpful. So even small
Mhm.
amounts of parsley, like a sprinkle or a garnish, is going to have that effect.
Okay, so I've got my drizzle here. So when we're done with the soup, we will add it in. So here we go. A little bit
Beautiful.
of, I don't know if you can kind of see, but
Yep,
it's
yep, we
quite,
can see it.
okay. Ah, there. That's a little better, on the
Mm-hmm.
contrast to
Yep,
the green. Okay, I'll
perfect.
put that here. And then gonna just check the soup and make sure it's not boiling over. And then
Right.
we're gonna move on to our cabbage.
The
How about that?
cabbage slaw. Okay, good. I know we're going a little fast through this first one, you guys, but again, if you have any questions, if you're looking over the recipes at home, if you're interested in any substitutions for things, feel free to put that in the chat and I'll definitely ask Chef.
Oh,
And
I'm so
hopefully it's
glad
feeling
you.
like something doable.
Yeah, all of this is pretty simple and straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
I got this cookbook I've been looking at recently that it's not a new cookbook, but it's intriguing and it's by a woman called, her name is Amy Chaplin. Have you heard of her?
I haven't.
Yeah. Anyways, it's just fascinating, real healthy, low sugar kind of, but
Chaplin, Chaplin.
Chaplin. Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'll
I
put
think
that
it's
in the
called
chat.
Whole Foods Kitchen. Just really inspiring. And, but some of the steps, I'm like, that's a lot of steps, I like to keep things pretty
Simple.
simple. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be.
And I like with all of these things too, like a soup, it's really easy to make a double batch of it and you could freeze
Yeah.
some of it or have it
Right.
for meal prep for the week. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to go through the efforts and if you're not somebody who likes to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, plan ahead and, double up on some of these things and it'll, instead of pulling out a frozen meal that you might buy at the grocery store, you can pull out some frozen soup that you saved on a busy weeknight.
Yeah, and you can also, if you want to make it a little hearty, you can add, any kind of beans or lentils that you prefer.
Mhm.
And then that just rounds it out a little bit more. Or you could
Uh,
do that, after you've doubled the batch.
Yep. And just as a tip, so next month, and we'll make sure and tell you this, but next month is Love of Lentils. So if you're wondering like, oh, I don't really feel comfortable just adding lentils to things, then come join us next month and we'll be reviewing the different types of lentils and different ways that you could prepare them in meals.
And they sell canned lentils now, the
They
brown
do.
ones. Yeah, so
Yes,
that's
I've
really
tried them
helpful
before.
to,
Hmm.
yeah, add in the lentils. So, okay, so what I've got here is I've got my pan with a little bit of avocado oil in it, and I'm heating it up. And what I'll do is I will demo the cutting up of things
Hmm.
after I heat and stir fry so that I have a working surface.
Good. Good
But
idea.
that helps. Um, okay, so I am got this heated. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the onions again. So I have some red onions that I have cut sliced thin, kind of like this, long. I call this like thin half moon. You can really be however you like. Okay, we're gonna get that started. And I've got some red cabbage
Mm.
and I've got some wonbok. And if you're not familiar with wonbok's also known as Napa cabbage. It's the one that you find in the grocery store that kind of looks like this. I mean, I've taken most of the outer leaves off, but you kind of get an idea. It's I've actually made stuffed cabbage rolls with this. I really love Napa
Oh,
cabbage. There's a
yeah.
lot of things you can do with it, versus regular cabbage.
Hmm. I love that we got a lot of purple color in here. That's a great way if
Yeah,
we're trying
a
to
bit of
add color
cyan.
and eat the rainbow. We got the purple
Hmm.
cabbage, we got red onions.
We got some thinly sliced carrots.
Hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and they take a little longer too, so I'm just going to pop these in for the sake of what we're doing today here.
Hmm. Yep, and all those purple vegetables help to promote circulation, cellular health, right? I would
Mm.
say every color has its own gift, that
Mhm.
it gives our body, and that's why it's important to eat a wide range of them so we get all the benefits.
So I'll add the red cabbage on top. Let the onions and carrots kind of do their thing for a few minutes. But to add a pinch of salt just to help soften everything.
Mm.
And then the bulk of it is this Napa cabbage.
No, and while it fills the pan now, I have a feeling this is going to cook down once all that
Yes,
water,
it will.
yeah, the
Yeah,
water gets released out of it.
it
Hmm.
does. And that's what I do at the very end, yeah, is I kind of increase the temperature because there's that residual like liquid coming out of the cabbages.
So you just kind of heat it off. And that's one of the reasons why we like to eat the fruits and the vegetables because of the hydration, because of the water
Mhm,
content that's in there.
mhm.
Yeah.
And one way you can make it go faster is you can put a lid on. I don't know if that's kind of a little cooking trick if you ever want to kind of speed things along.
Mm.
Just put that on for like a minute.
Hmm.
Chicken my soup.
You're multitasking in the kitchen,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yep.
I put together some rice vinegar, some tamari maple syrup, and then I have some chopped ginger. I have a good amount of chopped ginger. You can do, I have 1 to 2 teaspoons. I have a good 2 teaspoons here. So again, it's recipes or templates that you can play with depending upon how you feel. Uh, less ginger, more ginger.
Yep. Kind of what you have accessible or in your home at that time. Yep.
Exactly.
What's in your fridge?
Just starting to wilt here. Let me take this lid away.
And probably if you're a person, not everybody likes kind of the spice or the little bite of the ginger. I mean, I'm sure it adds a lot of flavor to it, but you could probably also
Yeah.
leave it out.
Yes, you definitely can. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing you can do is you can grate it using like a mandolin. Let me show you.
Mm.
Or if you've seen one of these, you have it in your house for like cheese. This is
Yeah.
great for grating ginger. And then it's just it takes away all of the fibrous ginger. And then you've just got this just little, almost like a paste. And that's really
Oh,
nice because you don't get the big bites of ginger. So if people don't
right.
like that, um,
Yep.
this is a great way to just get some ginger in.
That is a great tip because nobody likes to be
Mhm.
that person that gets the piece of ginger that wasn't chopped very finely and it's like,
Yeah,
ooh, yeah.
mhm,
Try to make it all even.
right. The other thing you can do is you can grate ginger and then just squeeze the juice. You literally can squeeze and then just use the juice.
Oh, I've not
You
done
can
that.
do it in all kinds of things like cheesecloth, or you can just literally do it with your hands, or you can use like the daikon. What do they call that? This one that's used for daikon, you can grate it.
Mm.
You only have sashimi, And then you can just drizzle the juice. Sometimes
Oh,
they do this for oxtail soup too,
I have
you know.
not seen this device before,
Oh,
this
you
little
haven't?
kitchen tool.
Yeah.
No.
Asian grocery.
Oh, it kind of
Yeah.
looks like a juicer, but it's not a juicer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just, it's like you grate that daikon really
Mm-hmm.
fine and then,
Mm.
yeah, but you can do that. Okay, so I've got my sauce. See, it's got a little bit of liquid there, so I'm gonna put on max. And everything's cooking down.
And I bet it smells delicious over
It
there.
smells really yummy. Yeah, that's really it. That's what's so nice. You can just prep all the vegetables and you've got this
Hmm.
really nice dish that
Yep.
you can have in minutes.
If you have a family, this is a good opportunity to engage them in the kitchen, give them some life skills, right, that they'll use going
Mhm.
forward for the rest of their life, right? We don't just have to do DoorDash. We can, cook for ourselves, give everybody something to chop and,
Mhm.
fun to do as a family as well.
Right? Do a nice side, colorful, crunchy, flavorful.
Wow. I think we have almost all the colors in there.
Yeah, all red.
Hmm.
So we're
Oh,
we're
yeah.
doing good. That's it. And then I just usually cook it just a little bit to get the liquid evaporated. And I
How
left
far
my
does it
tongs.
cook down to kind of caramelize it, like you said? Is that,
Well, it's just how your stove works. I've got it on
mm,
max on this pan. So I don't know, maybe a minute. Do I just
oh,
kind of
okay.
watch it?
So if you like yours a little bit crunchy, you don't have to cook it as long.
You
If
don't. You can
you like
just
it
take this
softer,
out.
you can,
Yeah. And you can just take it like this, and take it with tongs out. And then you've got that residual liquid you can cook down. So I will put that in here. I left my tongs somewhere. Oh, I now remember where, but not helping me right now.
yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that sauce there.
Yeah. So if you still want it like a little crunchy, like you mentioned, you can
Mhm.
take this out and then just cook this. And you can add a little bit of the cilantro to the top of this and then just put that sauce on the top. So you have a nice, oh,
Mm.
this
Yep, there
way,
you
that way.
go.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting trying to see.
Well, see, I
Okay.
like
And
how
I'm
you
going
put it
that
in the
way.
red bowl. So now we have
Yeah,
all the now we have all the colors.
right.
Our eyes are satisfied.
Contrast helps, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, and that's part
Mm-hmm.
of food is,
Mm-hmm.
plating, making it look
Yes.
beautiful, eating in a
Oh,
bowl that makes you feel happy when you eat out of
yes.
it. That just,
Right.
enjoy the experience of eating. I think when you can cook, you take much more time to savor it because like, you know what? I worked hard on this. I made this. I'm
Right.
going to enjoy
Right.
it just a little bit more. So, yeah, folks are saying it looks amazing, looks yummy, looks
Okay.
colorful.
I'm gonna
So,
go put this in the kitchen and then
okay.
I will let this finish and I will go ahead and show about how to cut carrots unless you want me to wait at the end. We've got time. Um,
Yeah, maybe let's do the last recipe to make sure we get through that, and then if we have time at the end, we can do the cutting. Otherwise, we'll keep you guys coming back for more. We'll focus on the cutting in the next or one of our other classes because we're always, right, cutting and cooking vegetables, so lots of opportunities to do that.
okay, we're doing really good on time.
We're doing great.
Amazingly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great recovery.
Okay.
We
All right.
did it.
So
Yeah.
this I'm gonna unplug for now. Be mindful of this
Yes,
stays hot.
please.
And we're gonna work on our cucumber.
Yeah, so next we have our cucumber salad with avocado dressing. And again,
Oh,
cucumbers are really high in water content. They're low calorie. If you can keep the peel on, that's where most of the fiber and the antioxidants are. And maybe you got a couple, slices left over. You can put them on your eyes like you do when you go to the spa because it
mhm.
reduces puffiness and inflammation at the same time. So you
Mm.
get a 2 for 1. You can put the cucumbers on your eyes after you make your cucumber salad. We like to integrate self-care wherever we can.
Okay. So I went ahead and sliced the cucumbers. Right now they're selling in many of the stores those 3 packs of the miniature Japanese cucumbers, and they're so crunchy. They're
Mhm.
delicious. So I sliced them ahead of time, and I'm trying to see now. So then I had double check which I've got 2 juices. So I want to make sure. So it's 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Okay. I'm gonna get a tablespoon.
Yeah. And we did make a correction, you guys, on this recipe. So the one, if you click on the link now, is the correct one. The incorrect one on the avocado coulis, it had 2 tablespoons of oil listed 2 times. So it would just be delete one of those. Like I said, it has been corrected on the link. So
Okay, yeah. All right. So this is basically you just add some lime juice and some salt, and you can get your hands in there or you can just stir it, and that's just going to do like a quick pickle, make it crunchy. If you've ever used ume vinegar, you can do the same thing. It's just delicious. It just makes it nice and crunchy and salty, like a little pickle. So that's it. This is how simple it is. Oops, the timer's okay. Soup has been cooking 20 minutes. And then
nice.
what we're gonna do is we're going to blend our avocado. Let's see, what did I? I don't know if this sounds weird to you, but I'm just gonna put this in because there's so much flavor. This is
Mm-hmm.
that had the parsley and lemon and olive
Yes,
oil. So I'm just gonna continue on adding in this.
I
This
think
is
that's a
gonna
good
be,
idea.
yeah, I don't see why I would wanna,
Hmm.
yeah. So I have washed this avocado. Hopefully it's ripe enough. That's always the challenge, right? A class that it doesn't look terrible when you do I do have a backup. Oh, it's
Yeah, it looks
beautiful.
good.
It works. Okay, good.
And avocados are a great source of healthy fats in our
Yeah,
body. Hmm.
yeah. These are, yeah, if you just feel like you need to could slather this even, eat it with some bread if you want, or
Hmm.
that there's lots of options here, but let's show you what it looks like. So what I did was I cut it in half, and then I tend to cut it this way. You can, if there's anything dark, I take that off. And you can see if it'll pop off the seed. Yeah, see, it just
Oh,
came
look at
off the
that.
seed. So there we go.
Yeah, trying to do that gracefully is always my challenge.
Yeah, right. Because every avocado has its own personality.
It does.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
it wants to
know.
let go and sometimes it doesn't.
No,
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna do a quick, excuse me,
Yeah.
rinse.
Yep.
And then we're just gonna add in green onion that I chopped. So we've got some green onion. That's 2 little stalks, some garlic, some fresh chili, some olive oil. Oh, there's the salt. Okay. Uh, some salt and the olive oil. It's right here. Put the olive oil and cilantro.
It sounds very fresh.
Yum. Okay. you don't, not a cilantro fan, you could add parsley. You could do that. And then just a little bit of water, and then the lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And I'm gonna take this to the processor since I moved it back in the kitchen. So I'm just gonna process this real fast.
Okay,
Be right back.
that sounds good. So are these recipes you guys feeling doable, like things that you could see yourself making at home? Maybe as a side dish, maybe as part of your lunch, meal prep? Yep. Okay, good. Oh, good. Yeah. And like I said, it is just kind of nice after the holidays with all those heavy foods to just eat something light that makes us feel lighter, feel good in our body, easy to digest, give
Yeah.
us a little
So
energy. Mm-hmm.
I was, when I was processing this,
Ooh, look
sorry
at
to
that.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Um, the water is really kind of like you add it to the consistency you want, because some avocados are more wet than others. Yeah. So I
Mm-hmm.
just want to show you kind of what I'm thinking. I didn't add all the water. That's why I wanted to say it. So it's kind of like this, kind of thick,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you can just put some fresh cucumbers on top. This is just showing how you could, you could put whatever underneath it. I mean, you could put anything on top and this
Almost like a
underneath.
dip.
Yeah. And you could like smear it thinner. I'm just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it does look like a dip.
Yeah, I
Look
was
at
gonna
it.
say, if you're going
Yeah.
to like a Super Bowl party coming up, you
Mm-hmm.
could add a few different colored vegetables to this and almost make it
Yeah.
like a little dip to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's just a nice, you can like, again, you can put it on top of grains or vegetables, steamed vegetables, if you're really doing some, a really kind of a deep cleanse. This just adds a lot of healthy fats, a lot of flavor.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so we will bring back the soup, right? I'm going to show you
Yeah, let's showcase the soup with the parsley lemon drizzle on there. Love that we got all the citrus in here. We got limes, we got lemons.
yeah, got okay, gonna make room for the soup.
Mm. Nice thing is some of those healthy fats also again help with satiety, keeping us
Yeah,
fuller longer. Ooh,
that's
look at
the thick
that.
soup. Yeah, nice and
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to move you over here, you over here, you here. Then I'm going to put you in a bowl. Okay, should I do blue? Probably blue, right? Yeah.
We'll trust your judgment.
I don't know.
Yeah. You have so many beautiful dishes to choose from.
I'll use this as my scoop. Okay. Right. Okay, okay. Ow. All right.
Oh, yeah, don't burn yourself.
Kind of filling that bowl a little high. Oh, okay. Let me move it.
Wow.
Okay, so the parsley drizzle.
Look how beautiful and fancy that looks, right?
Mm. Okay. A nice spoon in there. Got some fresh cracked black pepper.
Mmm. Now you're speaking my language. I like some fresh cracked pepper.
Yeah, that's the way I grew up. I don't know. My mom always
Yeah.
did black pepper on stuff.
Uh-huh.
A little drizzle of olive oil. Yum. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, here are some options for our
Wow. Well, you've got us
cleansing
all like
January.
drooling over here
Aw.
just looking at this. And I mean, kudos to you. Look at how you pulled that off in just 30 minutes of time, having those ingredients, most of them prepped, and able to create all of this beautiful, healthy food in that time. I'm hoping that you guys are inspired. I know I am to move into my week next week and be like, okay, how can I add some of these into my meal prep? So any
Yeah.
questions from you guys? Any questions for Chef?
Oh, I guess I
Mhm.
could move into the.
And here, and I will add you to the spotlight too. So if you wanna, there we go. Now we can see your
Okay.
face again.
Okay.
Not
All
not
right.
just the food, but your face and the
All
food.
right.
See it
Okay.
all together.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then we'll probably save the vegetable chopping for our next class or
Okay.
whenever
Okay.
the class is coming up to,
We can
yeah,
do
because
that.
we landed right at the 6 o'clock
Yeah.
hour. And I
Mm-hmm.
think while you're showcasing that, I will just quickly just put on my PowerPoint one more time and just remind folks of what we're doing next month. So I hope that you'll all come back again. All right, so we went through our recipes. Class will be February 26th, 5 to 6 p.m. again. Our
Okay.
topic will be love of lentils. So
Mm.
again, Chef will be kind of covering the different types of lentils that there are and the purposes of each one of them. I love that there's so much variety in there. So it's like you can always learn more about lentils.
Yeah.
So if you're not already registered, you can also reserve your spot by calling 808-432-2260. And here's our flyer for the rest of the year. Whoops, it went by too fast. Here's all of our topics if you're interested in what we're going to be cooking for each month. So we do have a different topic. So we've got Mediterranean meals coming up, using local produce, cooking with greens, quick and easy pasta meals. So pick and choose the ones that are most relevant to you. Yes. And if we don't see you back at this class, we hope you'll check out some of our other classes. So we have a wide range of topics, everything from if you're new to plant-based again and you want to learn more about it, we've got a great class our dietitians teach called Viva Veggies, and it continues to build on the foundation of what you're learning here. We've got coping skills, improving sleep, pre-diabetes, like you name it, and we've got a class for it. So hope to see you either in this class or a future one. And if you want to partner with a wellness coach to help to implement some of the things, right? We all come to class, we saw it, but don't let it just sit on the shelf and wait till next month. So if you want some help with implementing this, some accountability with that, partner with a wellness coach and they can help you with that. So thank you everyone for being
Thank
here. Thank you for
you.
your patience. Thank you, Alyssa, for
Ah, we did
your
it.
your recovery through all of that. I can imagine it was a little bit stressful on your side as well. So just thank
Mm-hmm.
you to everybody and have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your meal and we'll see you next month for another episode of Culinary Medicine.
Aloha.
Aloha, and we'll stay here for just a minute in case there's any questions. Got lots of thank yous in the chat.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Yep. Saying it was great. Good night. Can't wait for next month's class. Looks good.
Mm.
Looks yummy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Great. Well, thank you, Chef Alyssa. Have a
Thank you, Heather.
wonderful evening. Enjoy
You
your
too.
dinner meal. I hope you get to eat that for
Okay.
dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Okay. Aloha. Good night,
Aloha. Bye.
everybody.